All right, welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about analyst predictions and price targets. I get asked this question a lot, and there's a lot of kind of intricacies to this question because, with analyst price targets, especially in the lower price stocks that we trade, they do have influence. Like when you think of, and let me start at the top. Okay, so what is an analyst price target? What is it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the idea is that, as an analyst, your job is to review the financials and the prospects of the company, dig into it, and make a projection on where you think the stock price is going, okay? So often you'll see, whether it be in stocks to trade, we have analyst ratings via TipRanks or another platform or another data provider. You'll see something that says buy or sell or strong buy or strong sell or hold. And you might be like, okay, what does that mean? Those terms and those indicators are based on the consensus of the analyst covering that stock. Now, with like a real stock like an Apple or a Google or an Amazon, those are usually pretty quote unquote legitimate and usable because these are people at Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs. These guys got 6 MBAs and they've been analyzing balance sheets and businesses prospects, and so you can kind of like look at an analyst price target and believe it. Like recently, actually, Morgan Stanley came out with a $500 price target on Tesla. And, Tesla's in the mid 200s right now. And the reason they upgraded it was because of the Dojo AI that Tesla has coming. And I saw that, I'm like, thumbs up, makes sense, but odds are Tesla's going to take months, possibly years to hit that price target. So it's not necessarily usable as a day trader, a swing trader, small retail trader. It's one thing to see this big price target, but if the stock takes months or even years to get there, it's not really actionable. So that's what price targets are. They are educated, hopefully smart people, hopefully, that are digging deep into the company and basing a projection on where they think the stock price is going, whether up, down, or sideways. The sideways is like the whole. So the idea is if you think the stock is going considerably higher, they're going to issue a buy rating because, hey, the stock's going higher, you buy it, and then you hit the price target. Now, it gets murkier, as pretty much everything does in penny stocks, over here in the gutter. But listen, we love penny stocks. We love low price stocks. Why? Because they move. Again, you heard me right. As much as I agreed and believed with that big price target on Tesla, I think it could take a year or more to get there, depending on when Dojo kind of gets released, etc. So, what do you do with that with a small account? You buy 10 shares of Tesla and wait a year and a half. Not really viable on growing your account. So in penny stocks, we love penny stocks because they move fast up and down. We can long them, we can short them. The volatility is how we make money, but it gets way murkier. So you have, and I won't name their names, there's a lot of very, very sketchy analyst firms that we talk about inside the Daily Income Trader System, which check out the link below. The Daily Income Trader System is a daily program where we go over, trading every single day live. But I won't name their names because it's kind of like, anyone remember the Candyman movie? Like, if you say these analysts' ratings like 5 times, say their names like 5 times, like a demon appears in your trading office. But they're sketch, man. There's a lot of sketchy names out there. And once you have a database of those names, you know kind of how to react to them. So what am I referencing? You'll see like absolute disaster penny stock biotechs, like some 50-cent stock, where a sketchy analyst firm will come out like an $8 price target. And it's never going to happen. Now, they have zero liability. They just say, hey, it's my opinion. My opinion is this. My opinion is that. So they have no downside. But what these are in this day and age is it's kind of the modern evolution of the pump and dump. So if you've been around low price stocks for a while, you know that the traditional pump and dump doesn't really exist. Like the boiler rooms you think of, the fax machine marketing, the email marketing, like that has all kind of been regulated out. But the modern day pump and dump is actually these analyst firms that, whether they get directly paid or they get granted shares or they get bags of cocaine and like gift certificates for prostitutes, however they get paid, they put out these ridiculous price targets on these stocks so that then the company that knows that is working with them, the executives, the insiders that have really cheap shares can sell into that run-up because people believe that this 50-cent penny stock biotech is going to 8, which it never will. And I know it sounds illegal and I know it sounds bad, but welcome to the world of the stock market and welcome doubly to the world of penny stocks. It's just the way the game is played, okay? So how do you how do you not become the true believer? How do you not become the bag holder that buys all of the sketchy executive stock? I mean, you want to buy their stock so that they can buy a yacht and then you become a bag holder? I hope not, okay? No. But what we can do is we can use tools like Breaking News. You might be familiar with Breaking News Chat. It's actually built in to Stocks to Trade in the daily income trader system. It's 2 25-year veterans of Wall Street that filter out the news for actionable news. And one of the things they do is they are very fast and the best at posting these price targets on these low price stocks. Now, the reason fast is important is if you're learning from this video and you're learning from what I've seen in the past 17 years, you know that what happens 90% of the time is when those price targets come out, there's a big initial spike and then stock fades back and the pump is over. So if you can be fast and you know which ones are playing this game, again, I'm not joking about not saying the names. Like, I don't want these guys coming after me. They're sketch, okay? But we have a database of these names that we know that are manipulating these stocks. So if you see that name, one of those names, there's about half a dozen of them, and you see a low float stock, that's kind of the key, the float. They love to pump these low floaters. You see a past chart of history of running and a past chart or past history of dilution. Because remember, that's the game. The modern day pump and dump, my friends, is a low-priced, sketchy stock that needs money, that uses analysts to pump the stock up, and the insiders are selling into that run-up. Then they do a dilution to raise more cash. So they get to cash in twice. Executives are selling insiders and executives selling their worthless stock to you, the true believer, the pipe, that believes this price target. Then by running the stock up from $1 to $5, they're able to dilute it, say $3, which if you think about it, before the pump, the stock was trading at $1. So they sell shares on the way up. They dilute it $3, which is still 200% higher than what the stock was trading at. Now they got cash, both personal cash and corporate cash, because they rung the register on their shares and they diluted on the corporate side. Now they can continue to operate, stay in business until like 6 months later and they repeat the game again. Now, I know it sounds sketchy and it is, but if you can be fast and use Breaking News and see, again, these stocks that have done it in the past, they do it again. That's why we care about former runners. And it's the same cast of characters. So that checklist you're looking for is, you look at Breaking News, they're always the fastest. They're going to get you the information the fastest. Hey, sketchy firm, crazy price target. They'll say that. They'll lay that out for you. You jump over to your chart. You're like, whoa, this is a 5 million float stock. Volume's coming in. 6 months ago, they did this exact same thing. Here's the run up. Here's the drop. Here's the offering. Hey, I can trade this stock because I know that the true believers are going to pile in and they're going to push this stock higher. And it's actually one of the most, I don't want to say most, but it is top 70 percentile consistently repeatable setup. Now, sometimes these big targets come out on a low floater, never moves because people have been burned too much. I mean, that's basically the only time the stock doesn't have a quick run, a predictable spike, is when they've just come to the well too many times. Like maybe they did the same thing a month ago, like literally they did this, 3 weeks ago and people are like, no way, fool me once, shame on me, or shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. That's about the only time they don't work. Now, if they're smart about it, they do it once or twice a year, you will have a predictable trade opportunity. And love them. If they check those boxes. Remember, in review, past history of running, low float stock, ideally some sort of press release to fuel the move, big target from one of these sketchy firms, and his past history of repeating this cycle. That's how they stay in business. A lot of people are always surprised. They're like, how do these penny stocks stay in business when they don't have any revenues and they don't have any profits? This is how. Okay, that's how the game is played. And the sooner you realize that, like That's a powerful thing for a lot of traders, is the sooner you recognize how the sausage gets made, how the game gets played, the better off you are. Like, I'll trade these things all day, but I ain't swinging them. I ain't holding them overnight. That's where a lot of people get stuck. You know, they become believers, they overnight them, they swing them, and they get wrecked. So, that being said, my friends, want to learn how the sausage gets made, want to learn how the penny stock game gets played, check out the Daily Income Trader System. That link below will take you to a registration page that is just a registration page for a free webinar giving you a tour of the system. You'll see breaking news, you'll see our Oracle algorithm, you'll see the scans, you'll see the charts, you'll see the analyst ratings, all of this live multiple times a day, 100% free, including on weekends. So if you're looking to understand more of what I went over today, check out the Daily Income Trader System. And I know I said it twice, but 100% free, 100% live.